Right. And rolling.
All right, cool. Hi, it's Iris Classon. Got 3 weeks to go, and I have a stupid question to Barry because he just did a session on ASP.NET Core Security. It was really good.
Come on, baby.
No, it's not. It's not going to help if you poke him. It's not like he's
Really?
Gonna...
No, it's push down.
All right, what was I going to ask you now? Okay, the question is. During a session, you talked about when you're setting up your web server and you're setting up your configuration, you can use configuration files or environment variables. And I wanted to ask you about your opinion on that. What's the best way to go, in your opinion?
It depends what settings you have.
Yeah.
If we are doing things that are secrets, I would use environment variables.
Yeah.
The problem with configuration files is people check them into GitHub by accident, and you don't.
Oh, never.
And you don't want configuration files with your Azure tokens in there, as we have seen. Azure does a sweep of GitHub every now and again, looking for live tokens checked in code. And there's a preprocessor that runs in all of Microsoft's check-ins to make sure you're not checking in secrets.
Oh, I thought they did that for everybody, and they'll just email you, hey, by the way.
We did at one point. I don't know if it still happens. I would hope it still happens, but
so many emails.
yes, I know. But for secrets, for passwords, they should be environment variables, because that way the hosting orchestrator, whether it's Azure or AWS or even Docker, can inject them in the right way, and they're kept out of your source.
Yeah.
For other things, config files are absolutely fine, and then we select config files based on environment. So you may have different settings in development for live, and we will switch based on the environment. But the environment itself is set by an environment variable.
Yeah.
So what we used to do is we would have web.config, and you could set debug in there, and then what would happen is people would publish their debug web.config, and then if something went wrong, secrets would just splash all over the error screen. By forcing you to set an environment variable, it's a lot less error prone, because if the environment variable isn't there, we will default to release and we'll squash all the error messages. We won't give anything away. If you want to opt in to being in development, you must set the environment variable. So we're safer by default with the mixture of environment variables and configs.
That makes sense. Our setup at work, we use Octopus deploy.
Yes.
So we basically have an empty configuration file. During the build process locally for a developer, we'll inject whatever we use locally for connection strings and so on, but that is not checked in.
Yes.
So that file is not checked in at all. And then Octopus deploy will inject in the variables for different environments and then push that to the machines.
Yes. I mean, it's the same sort of thing that Azure does. So when you add secrets in Azure, those are then injected as environment variables, and we'll read them as if they were stored in a config file. So there's no API difference for the developer, but it's just safer when some things come from the environment.
That makes sense. Well, thank you very much for answering my questions.
Thank you very much, and I'm very disappointed that no one will ever name their child Barry, but okay, fine.
No, you're saying that it's probably going to be Luke.
Yes. We will send you really bad Microsoft branded baby clothes when it pops out.
Oh, excellent.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Right. Yes.